to address you regarding the current state of affairs when it comes to young people in East St. George. So what is the current state of affairs? Of course it is. So what is the current state of affairs? The youths are unemployed, unoccupied, not in school, pushed to engage in criminal activities for survival, and more recently, unfortunately, and under this ULP government, continuously, our young women are being brutalized. But that is no surprise. That is no surprise. But what is very disturbing is the fact that you will never hear him acknowledge it. And why you think that's so? Exactly. Exactly. For this country to move forward and progress socially, we need representatives who are truly for young people, who are truly for the next generation, and who are truly there for real progress. You can't have a country where half of your population can't feel safe. You can't have a country where half of your young people don't feel safe. That is not how our country will progress. But when we look at the local situation here, especially here in Brighton, I'm very sure when Mrs. Velox did her walk, she noted the lack of young people. Because that is what we notice in every single community in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Young people leaving. As soon as they get an education, they leave. Even before they get an education, they leave. We can't continue down this road. It is regression. The current representative, he is going to leave a legacy of hollowness in opportunities because young people didn't take up anything or young people didn't strive for anything. Because they already left. Look, his legacy currently is leaving $3 billion in debt, on young people's heads. Young people who didn't even start working yet, they already have $3 billion to repay. His generation, they're going to die out. And they don't have to worry about this debt. But we, the youths of this nation, who have to live here, who have to work here, when we can't pay for our roads, we have to send the money overseas to pay off the debt. That is his legacy. But my people, I have good news for you. Mrs. Velox, by virtue of being a part of this team, has committed herself to the Youth Guarantee Pledge that our esteemed leader is pushing and will implement as soon as we get in power. As soon as we get in power, every young person within the first 5 years of our first term will have the opportunity to have been employed, be a part of a training program, or be a part of some sort of internship that will empower them to find employment, find permanent employment, or find a field that they want to pursue. That is real change for young people. And for those who are more entrepreneurial, we have a plan for a development bank where you as young people, you can go and you see there's a continuing problem with ideas being stolen, and we heard it to this cell phone radio, where you bring your idea and then all of a sudden you're going to financing and then boom, somebody else take up your idea. That is very sad. We are going to ensure that to the development bank, young people, you will be confident in knowing that nobody is going to take your idea and implement it somewhere else. and implement it somewhere else, while you who came up with the idea can't get any sort of benefit from it. The development bank will be a bank of fairness and discretion. The current program that they have here, Prime, it is only designed to only feed a few and thief the ideas from the best. And of course, in Ndp, I ain't hear anything about any Prime giveaways anytime recently. But my people, what I am saying is that Mrs. Velox is truly a genuine person when it comes to young people. She's truly a genuine person. Over the past few years, I have gotten to know her, and I can tell you, I greatly respect her, even before getting to know her. I mean, as a young financial professional myself, everybody, we have all heard of Mrs. Velox. You can't study finance, banking, management, or anything. I never heard about Mrs. Velox. Because she's truly a trailblazer. And she's truly someone who young women can look up to. She's truly someone who young women can look up to. And that is elect Mrs. Velox. Come out and support her in your biggest numbers. She is the one who will truly uplift East St. George. She is the one who will truly help to uplift St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and most importantly, our wonderful women born now and who will be born in the future. That will be her legacy. Vote Mrs. Velox.
Yeah, bands, let me see you. Play the tune for bands, give me please. Of course, you know we are cowboy, we are Sarge in the audience too as strong supporters of Miss Velox in East St. George. Yeah, man. That's how we doing it tonight, you know. All right, you heard the voice. You heard the voice of the youth and the New Democratic Party with everything that has been happening and going on in our country of late relating to women. I think it is fitting tonight why Ms. Velox decided to make sure that on the podium tonight we have a strong, powerful message for the women, by women. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the president of the women's arm of the New Democratic Party, the lovely Mrs. Ronya Malcolm.
Good night, good night. Good night to the picturesque community of Brighton. Good night to visitors and persons to the constituency of East St. George. It is a pleasure to be here tonight to support one of our strong female candidates on the New Democratic Party platform, Mrs. Laverne Gibson Velox. Almost 5 years ago, Mrs. Gibson Velox attempted to be your representative in Parliament for the constituency of East St. George. Despite not being successful by a little bit, she has continued to pound the pavement of this constituency for 4+ years straight. That is dedication. That is commitment. That is a willingness to get to know the people of East St. George. Not only has she made her presence known in the constituency of East St. George, which she hopes to represent, she continues to be across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, continuing to support our candidates and showing that women have a voice in the New Democratic Party. A voice real voice. Lavon Gibson Velox has not been, since the last election, one to give her phone number. And when you call her after the election, she does not answer. That is not Lavon Gibson Velox. Maybe your current representative has done that and continues to do that. But Lavon Gibson Velox is on the road in each and every area of this constituency, speaking to the people, listening to your concerns, and noting them, such that when your people unreservedly elect this coming election, she will do for you what no other has done for you in the last 20 years. Lavon Gibson Velox is a woman. She's an accomplished woman. And she wants to see each and every woman in St. Vincent and the Grenadines rise above the atrocities that we face. Violence against women is wrong, but persons are silent. But we in the New Democratic Party will not remain silent. We have news to reach out to you, to let you know of our promise to get to the bottom, to get to the root of this issue. Earlier today, I spoke to a wise woman and I asked her, what can we do about violence against women, these gender-based violence, these attacks, time and time again? I lamented to her, and she said, hello, get rid of them. Get rid of the current administration, because they care nothing for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Lavon Gibson Velox is part of a party, the New Democratic Party, which shows that it wants the best for the people. The New Democratic Party has said time and time again on the auspices of our esteemed leader, Dr. Godwin Friday, that if the people are not earning, they must be learning. Recently, I was looking at some old clips of Mr. James Mitchell, the Honorable Sir James Fitz-Alan Mitchell, God rest his soul. And he spoke about the education revolution. And yes, it may manifest in some ways under the current administration. But that is not the end of it. We want to see a day when our 8, 9, 10-year-olds, like children in Japan and China, can be graduated from college. That is the basis of to understand, young people, that some of the richest persons did not even have a high school education. They had a skill, and they used that skill to get them, to elevate them where they are now. And it is a people with the masters and education that are working for these people with a skill. My fellow Vincentians, you don't need to run blindly behind academics only. Learn a skill. The New Democratic Party indicated if you're not learning, if you're not earning, you must be learning. Do you see at present, or do you hear at present, we have several esteemed doctors from wherever in the world rushing to work in St. Vincent? Think about it. Instead, we are putting a building, a new hospital, a referral hospital. Let's say again, referral. At Annisvale, a building can be a liability. It must be earning in some form or fashion. How are you, the people, going to pay for the health care at that institution? it would not be the same as it was at the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital. Think about it. Don't be fooled by the glitz and glamour. Every year, $1,800 and some dollars to be exact. Agreed. And look at the road. Where is our money going? My people, fellow Vincentians, pay attention. The writing is on the wall. That is why the New Democratic Party, and we've heard of very esteemed Daniel Cummings and even Major Sinclair Leacock speak about a national insurance, a national health insurance, not the scheme that currently operates, where our money is being invested in white elephants that have to be sold. My people, the New Democratic Party's plans are there. It is accessible for all to see. Facebook pages, Instagram pages, the website. You just have to be followed. You just have to follow. Look at what we have now. The New Democratic Party is a party with a vision. You, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, need a renewed vision, a new hope, a new focus. Don't get me wrong, we're not bashing development in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, not at all. But don't fool the people by opening half of a port and the other half still to be done. Don't play us for a fool. With women like Lavon Gibson Velox and our very own Senator Siobhan John leading the charge in the New Democratic Party, and with a strong youth and women's vote behind this party, book it and show we want change. We want better for you, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Mrs. Velox will announce all of her plans, or most of her plans that she has for this constituency. I'm sure with her contributions, Calico, for instance, can easily become the next best town in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The potential is there in East St. George. The potential is here in East St. George. Whether it is the strip on the Villa Stretch, where you have the hotels and restaurants, etc. Calico becoming slowly an industrious area, or even further afield where we have our beaches, etc. Lavon Gibson Velox will hone in on the potential of this constituency and ensure that there is employment for the people here. She is among you. She understands what is going on. She takes your call. As a matter of fact, she meets you on the street and speaks with you. My fellow Vincentians, on election day, but before that, please get registered. Please get registered. Even if you cannot vote in the constituency of East St. George, please get registered and put your vote next to the candidate beside the key. Put your X beside the key. And as a matter of fact, my fellow neighbors in East St. George, vote Lavon Gibson Velox, strong woman, for your next and rightful representative for East St. George. God bless you. Have a good night.
Ring the bell, ring the bell! Because we're ready to dip your finger in the ink. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Mr. DJ. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me take this opportunity and acknowledge the presence also joining us tonight, Vice President of the New Democratic Party, the Honorable Nigel Nature Stevenson is here with us tonight. South Leeward, good night, welcome, glad to have you. The nature boy is here. Folks, our next speaker is not slated to speak tonight, but because of the very close relationship that he has with East St. George and the type of hard work and dedication and the willingness to campaign along his fellow candidate, Laverne Gibson-Felix, he continues to champion the cause for East St. George through Laverne Gibson-Felix, both in the House of Parliament and out the House of Parliament. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the waterman, or as we say now, waterman. Please welcome the Honorable Daniel Cummins.
No people come to Jamaica and no believe things. Everything nice to it, full of vibes and things. You man feel it to them out when them get you over, yeah. They are tough, Power with a white man, we come all the way from.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thank you, Colin, for that rousing introduction. My friends, what a singular honor it is for me to be here tonight. And let me greet all of my colleagues, vice presidents, Major, Nature, and all of the executive members and candidates of the this new Democratic Party. And of course, all the wonderful people here in East St. George. Whether you are here with us in person tonight, or you are hearing us in your homes, or you are viewing on the various media, I want to say to you that this new Democratic Party is the real deal. I want to say to you that Laverne Gibson-Felix is the real deal for East St. George. I know that the people of this constituency over the last 5 years or so have had the privilege and pleasure of seeing her coming into your homes, meeting and greeting, listening and discussing her ideas as she listens to yours. Here is a woman whose commitment is unsurpassed. And she clearly intends to work in the footsteps of the best representative this constituency has ever seen in the person of Louis Jones. You know that this constituency was not called East St. Jones for nothing. Louis Jones, in the tradition of the New Democratic Party, made sure that every component of this constituency felt the touch of the Ndp government. Listen, you don't have to wait every 5 years to see Laverne Gibson-Felix coming to you. You won't have to wait every 5 years to get even the potholes in the road fixed. You won't have to wait every 5 years for the turning of sod for something they've been promising you for 25 years. And NDP government will work with you and for you every day of every week, every month of the period for which we're going to be elected in the next election. So tonight, I simply want to say to you that we in West Kingstown, we are solidly behind you in East St. George, and your next representative, my dear friend, and a very hard worker. And I want to echo the sentiments of those who spoke before me to urge you to make sure you, your children, and all your friends who have come of age are registered and go out and vote whenever they get brave enough to caution. Because, you know, one thing is for sure, They cannot surprise us anymore. But mark my word, if they don't want to ring the bell will ring for them pretty soon. So vote 11, vote the NDP, and let's get it on. Thank you much.
You know what's the plan? You know what we gotta do? Let it tune, Damo. You know what we gotta do, right? Yeah. Get rid of them. And let me say good night to those of you viewing on social media. Remember the like button, put up the yellow hearts, and share the live, share the live. Let me spread the message tonight. I got a surprise for you.
I want to interrupt this broadcast to bring you some information.
All right. I got a surprise for you.
Management of the St. Vincent Underground Import
Thank
Authority
you,
wishes to
I have a
advise the
surprise for you
public
tonight, ladies and
the court
gentlemen.
will be closed tomorrow,
There
Thursday, September 18,
A lovely
2025 at
young
2
lady
p.m.
in
to
the crowd here
facilitate the general staff meeting.
tonight.
Regular operations
came
will
to Miss
resume on
Velox.
Friday, the 19th of September
And then Miss
2025.
Velox
We
come to me
apologize for any
and took me
inconveniences
to this
this will
lovely little
cause,
young lady
and thank you for your
and introduced me to her.
understanding and
Said she
continued
wanted to come on
support.
stage tonight. It
So
wasn't
take
planned,
note, the
wasn't
Port
scheduled,
Authority
but she
will be
wanted to do
closed
something here tonight
tomorrow at 2 p.m.
for Miss Velox in St. George.
and take you back to
When
our
I say
meeting in
it is a
session
blessing, believe you me when I
East
tell you
St. George.
it is a blessing because that is her name. Please give a round of applause, make some noise, and welcome this lovely young lady by the name of Blessings. Come, Blessings, come. Come, Blessings, come. Let me move the podium a little bit there for you. Cameraman, you might have to adjust, you know. Come, Blessings, come. This lovely young lady is called Blessings, and she's going to do something special for us tonight here in East St. George. Ready?
Good night, everybody. I can't just say good night to Ali alone. Good night, Miss Velox. Please vote for NDP. NDP is the best key for Miss Velox. I love Miss Velox for everything. She made me happy and nice. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Come on, look at Miss. Come, Miss Velox, come. She wants to hug and a kiss. Look at that, look at that, look at that. And all you know, that is a future vote right there. That is what the New Democratic Party is working towards, a stronger future for the young generation of this country. Well, here now, I don't know how the next speaker going to follow that, you know. I don't know how the next speaker going to follow that, but I'm quite confident and quite sure that she could step up to the challenge. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the Public Relations Officer for the New Democratic Party, the powerhouse. Please welcome Laverne King.
Waiting for me when I die. Between the day you're born and when you die, they never seem to hear even your cry. So as sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my share now.
NDP family, good evening. Thank you, Damo, thank you. NDP family, how are we in? If you know you're ready to go to the polls, let me hear you. I want to tell you something. I never see somebody who say they're going to win so scared to ring the bell. I never see them so scared. I was walking in Kingston today, and somebody come up to me, and 3 different people. Each of them had a story about when elections will be called. The
first person said to me, I hear the man want to go into overtime. The next person said to me, I hear it's November. The next person said to me, no matter whether they call it September, October, November, because if it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, any day we choose it, Friday. I come here tonight to bring you a simple message. I have come to tell you that there's some propagandists out there who are paid mouthpieces of the Unity Labour Party. And when you hear them spreading lies about your party, you must get up and defend it. This is an election that members of the Yellow Army, you have to fight with us to ensure that we win it, and those who seek to tarnish the good name of the New Democratic Party, we must make sure that we take it as our responsibility to push back on their lies, to push back on their paid propaganda, and talk the truth about the plans of the NDP to create more and better paid jobs for the people of St. Vincent and Grenadines. I want to quickly debunk something for you this evening. There is the biggest lie of them all about who is lazy and who ain't lazy. I submit to you this evening that the ultimate lazy party is the Unity Labour Party. And I said it willingly, I come with the facts. The Unity Labour Party said to us that they were going to be sending young men to be trained in fisheries in Cuba. Lie, they not do it because they're lazy. They say that the government will be addressing organized parking in Kingston. When we go in town, we still can't find where for park. Lie, they didn't solve the problem. Lazy. They say that for the young people, they were going to be creating more recording studios, that they will build some, and that they will have the development of cultural and creative industries, including hubs in the windward side and on the leeward side. Again, lie, they didn't do it. Lazy. They said that they were going to create an employment register to be implemented to track those trained in the tourism hospitality sector. Again, they lied. They didn't do it. Lazy. And I want to tell you something. You see the man we're running out here against Sister Velos. He is the Minister of Finance, and he said that they were going to build a Brighton Secondary School. Not delivered. Again, lie. Lazy. I want you to pay attention to this. I tell you that the ultimate lazy party is the Unity Labour Party. And this isn't just start now that they start to lie. They say that they were going to build tunnel on the kindergarten. Lie, lazy, it not happened. They say that they were going to turn Itty Joshua into a modern city. Lie, lazy, not delivered again. I want to tell you this. When you look at what they have been doing, we have a Minister of Security who under his watch, our crime rate is the highest that it has ever been in our nation's history. And it is that way because he is slothful, lazy, unaware. He's not a worker. He's a non-performer, and we must get rid of them. I love that you're saying lazy for me. They're lazy. And I tell you something, St. Vincent and the Grenadines and you in East St. George deserve better than a lazy member of parliament who only comes around when it is election time to look for your vote. I was home the other 20 elections. I heard that he was walking by, going by a bar on the road there. Then I see he put out a flyer the other day for saying he going by a bar the other day. But when he come to your doorstep, say, we have been all the time. Run here and tell he Velox been here already. to the people that when you look over there and you have not been seeing them, that nobody could tell any lie and say that the New Democratic Party hasn't been doing village meetings for a year and a half straight. So we not just start up because now is election time. And that is a sign of a hard-working opposition party. When you look at the fact that year after year, Daniel Cummings hosts fairs in his constituency, he has worked. When you look at the fact that Major League hold a Green Hill Fair, the Independence Fair and recognition of culture, he is a working MP. When you look at Chevron John out there in North Windward, the best cricketer country, year after year after year, hard working senator. When you look at Terence Oliver, who advocated for a secondary school in Canada and who been begging them for the jetty, he shows up year after year. Hard-working MP. When you hear Nigel Nature Stevenson say, we need the back wall down here in Camden Park, that is an advocate who is a hard-working MP. And when you look at our leader, Dr. the Honorable Godwin Friday, he comes every time and he stands up and he says it is time that we put the money where the pain is. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a hard-working leader. And it is time that we vote in a new Democratic Party who will work on your behalf. I have exactly 2 more points to bring to you. Sister Velox, say I have a minute. Are you ready for me to go? Velox, give me 2 minutes. I want to say to all of the people who have small businesses in this country. As a small business owner myself, I know the struggles, the hardship that you face. And the New Democratic Party has said that one of the things that we're going to be doing is that we're going to be creating an independent private sector ministry. So what does that mean for you? It means those of you who have a very frustrated time opening a business, those of you who cannot get access to funding, that we will create and maintain an enabling environment for your growth and investment. That is why we talk about the development bank. That is why we talk about the innovation hub. That is why we talk about creating jobs. It is not because we intend to go and sell the idea that the public sector is going to employ everybody. We have a plan that will ensure that through partnership with the private sector, through a standalone ministry, that will prioritize those of you who want to go into entrepreneurship. That it is not that we prime up the young people around election time, but rather through a structured plan, you will be able to go and say, I have this business idea, I will get funding for it, and so we will help you to come up with your business plan so that you could get funding and so that your business can be sustainable. And the final thing I must say to you this evening, ever since my namesake, I always say to her that I'm the first lover in the Ndp. She tell me you're too young to me for that to be possible. Ever since I've been in the Ndp, I've had the honor of working with Sister Laverne Gibson Velox. And one of the things that we can say about Sister Velox with absolute certainty is that of the people of this constituency. I know that there are several things and people could talk about idiosyncrasies, but her flaws do not outweigh her good because she's a hard working woman. There are times when I'm sleeping and she will call and say, what happened if we do this? I think that's a good answer. Velox is still sleeping. This is a woman who, when she goes to bed, you're the last thing on her mind. And when she wakes up, you're the first thing on her mind. St. George, that is the person that you need to get to. issuing a warning to you tonight that be careful that you do not add to your cost of living crisis because a zebra don't change their stripes. We cannot handle any more taxes, and every time they have one, increased it in some way, shape, or form. This is your opportunity to ensure that you put people like Laverne Gibson Fellows, who has worked in the banking sector for years, who understand what it means to take little and stretch it, who knows what it means to be a mother and the issues that are facing single parents. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a responsibility to ensure that she goes to Parliament as your member of Parliament whenever the next general elections are called. I want to thank you so much, and I'm telling them again, whenever they're brave enough to ring the bell, Yellow Army, make sure that you get registered. The young people in your homes, get them to go out, because it is only vote in the ballot that counts on election day. Thank you so much. I love you. Have a good day.
You know we're feeling pressure.
Yes! Powerhouse!
Release me.
He's a judge! He's a judge! Brighton, please welcome your next Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Godwin Friday! He's here with us tonight at East St. George! Welcome to the next Prime Minister! And you will hear from him tonight. You will hear the plans and the policies and what real leadership is going to be like going forward in this country. Folks, our next speaker is one of the dynamic new faces of the New Democratic Party. He is one of the dynamic members of the New Democratic Party that is sending shockwaves, heat waves, and all kind of headache through the members on the other side, especially on the leeward corridor of this country. But he's representing for Central Leeward. He lives in East St. George. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Central Leeward, East St. George, Conroy Huggins.
To one some my friend.
Thank you, the more. East St. George! East St. George! Good night. We just recognize the presence of the Honorable Dr. Godwin Friday, our President and Leader of the Opposition, Vice President Major Lee Cock and Nigel Nature Stevenson, Chairman Cummins, the Lady of the Hour, who is here to seal the deal for 2025, Sister Laverne Velux, colleagues, Laverne King, my brother Hernandez, Esteban Hernandez, Sister Ronnie Balcom, executive members, and all of you wonderful people of East St. George. Good night. I bring you greetings from Central Leeward. And as Colin said, I'm also a resident here at East St. George. I have experienced 3 election cycles here in East St. George. And I want to tell you something. I think I am in a unique position to be here tonight and to be involved in the 2025 general elections. Having experienced 3 election cycles in Eastern George, I could reference easily the period in which Mr. Bergen served and the complaints the people had. And when the president's rep replaced him, and what the transition was like. Somebody said it was. But the thing that's really unique about all of this is that I also served as a missionary church leader in Park Hill and got a really good understanding of that constituency over the last 6 or so years. And being from Curtains Village, Barreley, having worked as a graduate teacher for over 15 years in Kingstown and its suburbs, I have been able to make several observations about our country. And the neglect that I have been talking about in Central Leeward, it is literally the same throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And when you hear our speakers speak in the different constituencies, you will hear they express the same thing for the sporting facility, the road infrastructure, you name it. We have been neglected. But in East St. George, in 2020, when this lady came on the scene, to politics, she was relatively unknown. Short space of time. It was too short, but listen to this carefully. The people of East St. George demonstrated in 2020 that they needed change. And as a result of what happened at the end of the 2020 general elections, you recognized that they started to rethink East St. George. Well, that is your opinion. You're entitled to that. But the truth about it, the so-called entitled, with all that is exposed to him, literally has been absent, continues to be absent, and as was said, it is only the last 6 months of the 5-year term you will normally hear about them, or you see them showing up around the place. But after the 2020 general elections, you recognize that all sorts of efforts are being made to patch roads here, patch roads there. And it seems as if East St. George during the time of Bergen was just left to the dogs. It's still the same way, but as a result of the advocacy of Sister Lavon Velox, you see they're trying to have a president and trying to do some things. But all that they're trying to do is not going to move the needle for the change that is coming. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, man, I will speak it. Because the people of East St. George deserves better. You talk about tourism, as fast as Sister Velox post, the nonsense that was going on the boardwalk, she posts about the conditions of the roads, then they react and they try to get something done. I want the people of East St. George to know that even though they are pushing as a result of the work of Sister Lavon Velox. But all of their pushing, it is not going to take them over, and it is not going to return them into office. Because 2025, it is a definitive year for change in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And this team that Dr. Friday has put together is the team that is ready to lead, to
to govern and to take our nation forward. A team blended with experience and youth with visionary leadership to take us in the next, not just in the general election, but the next 30 years, the next 40 years. We are ready. And we can take things forward. Sister Lavon Velox, with over 30 years experience in banking, is well equipped. And she, in our meetings, advocates vigorously for East St. George. And we know in government, she will deliver for East St. George. You see that gutter right next on my right here, going out there? When those were built back in the 80s, early 90s, they used culverts. They were like half, some of them whole, but those were halves. If you inspect that road from here to the end, out to the end of the entrance, coming into the Brighton Gap, you will notice that they are all undermined. Big water, erode everything. No form of maintenance. No form of maintenance. As you came in, you see how the road is. Coming through potholes and all of that. But as a result of Sister's work, they are going around trying to get a couple of roads done. Roads that were done 30, 35, 40 years ago. No form of maintenance in 25 years. Now, in the last 6 months of the administration, they're trying to patch here, do a little thing there, and hoping that the people will feel good. But let me tell you all something. They cannot fool us again. No way. They can't fool us again. And I want to call on the people of East St. George to complete what you initiated in 2020. Since the Velox was off by a short distance. This year, she has done sufficient and continues to work. And the work that she's doing will make up the numbers and surpass where things are. And we are confident that Sister Velox will bring the seat home. We are confident about it. I can tell you, as a resident in this community, the people want change. But I can tell you something, Sister Velox. You have plenty silent votes. They can't make it obvious. They can't associate. But they will be voted. Same thing like you. Well, I have to leave you with this one. I have to leave you with this one. This administration is so wicked, evil, vindictive, that during the period of the pandemic, they fired hard working civil servants in this country. At a time when Antigua and Barbuda pulled their mandate, at a time when other countries were pulling back their mandate because the data and the information was already out that what they were given wasn't going to change anything. But this administration, even with the medical advice given to them, they said to hell with the scientific knowledge, to hell with the scientific advice, and we will push you against your will. And what did they do? They kick hard-working professionals, teachers, nurses, doctors, police officers, and other workers, and even the private sector also bought into their thing and kick people out of work. But that is not the worst part. Let me tell you what the worst part was. Persons who didn't want to take it and had to take it against their will. They were forced. I remembered one young lady said she felt violated as if she was being assaulted, meaning she felt as if when you want to force this thing into her, it's as if you want to force yourself onto her. She felt raped. That's what the young lady said from the teachers' union. As a result of this, there are many persons in this country who suffered all forms of injury, and some even died. And many families have mourned the loss of loved ones taken too early, all because of this evil which this government has caused our people. Not just in East St. George, but throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And as a result of this, I am saying to you, us in East St. George, and all throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the people are saying they can't wait for them to ring the bell. Because many of their own supporters said what was done was wicked, evil, and vindictive, and they will pay a heavy price. So when you see they're trying to give us the impression that this election, the vaccine mandate case, ain't going to play a role, that is just those who are being paid trying to downplay this. But I can tell you that many persons, they are waiting and are ready. They are waiting and they are ready. But I just want to let all those who are affected know that the NDP has already taken a policy position. And we're not waiting on the Privy Council result. That on the day after this general elections, and you the people elect us into office, everybody who are disenfranchised, Dr. Fried already said, this historical wrong will be corrected immediately. That all of your benefits, all, not some, all of your benefits will remain intact, and what you have lost will be restored. I want the persons affected and those who are forced to know that the NDP cares. The NDP cares. And for 2025, you need to bring the NDP home. This is not about us, it is about you. You deserve better. You deserve the change. And together, you and us, we will win this election. Together, we will win. Good night, good night, and God bless you. Together we will persevere. The steady longer the battle, the sweeter the victory, and we head into the polls for the victory in 2025 in just a matter of weeks. Thank you very much, Conroy Hawkins, and of course, it's the lovely atmosphere in East St. George, why he speaks so powerfully. Come on, man. I want to bring our next speaker because you heard Conroy from Central Leeward, East St. George, but also here with us tonight, Vice President of the New Democratic Party from the constituency of South Leeward. Please welcome to give a full endorsement for your candidate in East St. George of all Gibson Velox. Please welcome the nature boy, Nigel Nature Stevenson.
constituent. I don't know if she was coming up, but don't worry about it. Don't worry. We will do the remix. Well, good night to everyone. I was served the notice earlier to pay attention to the meaning of the word brief. And I know politicians don't seem to understand the meaning of that. So tonight I am going to be very obedient. MC that has become a burdensome stone and a cup of trembling to the Unity Labour Party. It doesn't matter what they do. The result is always the same in South Leeward. The nature boy will come home. That seat is a seat for the New Democratic Party. It is a constituency that has been neglected for so long by this government simply because the representative comes from the New Democratic Party. Neglected to the point that after Hurricane Beryl, our people had to be begging and beseeching the government for materials to fix their homes. But today, I can tell you, the tide is somewhat against these people. Is going to happen whenever the Prime Minister rings the bell. I remember him telling me at a function in Camden Park a little over a month ago that in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, a trumpet is going to ring in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He said the New Democratic Party will be soundly beaten. But I had to remind them that there is a particular time and place when that scripture verse is being read. That in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, comes sorrow. And that is when we go to a funeral. That is the time when the trump is going to be sung. And Ralph, I'm telling you, you have just indicated that you are about to bury the Unity Labour Party. There will be a funeral for them, for that party, because after the bell has rung and people go out to the polls, the New Democratic Party will take its rightful place, and we will restore hope for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You have had a representative here in East St. George for 2 terms. You have had an absentee leader. Back in the days of history, we heard about those absentee leaders, absentee landlords who live in England, but only when it is time to collect the toll, they come down to the islands. You have an absentee landlord in the person of Camilla Gonsalves. He doesn't care about you after the election. You don't see him because we have walked around in this constituency and the cry has been the same. We don't see this gentleman until, if you're lucky, he will pass the election time. But he has the audacity and the disrespect for the people, the contempt for the people of East St. George, that rather than meeting and talking to the people, understanding the issues that concern them, he will just send his emissaries, his messengers, and give them a little money here and there to give to you to buy your votes. Brighton, East St. George, you are better than this. You deserve a representative who is going to be representing you every single day, every day of the week, every month, and all five years. And that person I am recommending to you is none other than Sister Lavon Gibson Velox. You did well last election. You did well. But I believe that you have seen enough suffering and pain from the Unity Labour Party to convince you that you can do better for yourselves and you can do better because you are a patriot of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You want better for our country, and the person who would provide better. You have two persons right here right now. Dr. Godwin Friday as the Prime Minister and Lavon Velox as your representative. Together, they will make sure that those persons who have lost hope, that hope will come back. Those persons who have been looking for jobs over the years and can't find it, jobs will come back to you because they will create the environment for jobs to be obtained by our young people. And speaking about young people, I heard your representative talk about the NDP doesn't have any experience and therefore they should not go into government because they would not know how to govern. Young people, you listen to me as I leave tonight. How many of you have complained that whenever you for experience, that you just leave school, you just leave college? So essentially what that has been doing to you is saying this is to eliminate a certain set of people. So if you don't get the job, how do they know what you're capable of doing, young people? How do they know? So when they come with this kind of rhetoric and foolishness to tell you that the NDP is inexperienced and would not be able to work for you, it is the exact same thing that people are doing to you. And you know that you have the ability to perform if you are given the opportunity. So what I'm asking you to do is give Lavon Gibson Velox that opportunity and give all the candidates, New Democratic Party, the opportunity to serve you. Because the government has been running this country down, but we will restore it. We are the vehicle, the New Democratic Party is the vehicle for a better St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So don't leave it to your neighbor. Don't leave it to someone else. Do not sit out this election and say, I am not going to vote. Please, I'm urging you, take an interest in what is happening. Take an interest in the political discourse. Be actively involved in the political process. Because we cannot afford an next 5 years of the Labour Party. Another 5 years is death. Another 5 years is death. I am warning you, the Unity Labour Party doesn't see a need to improve the way of life of the Vincentian people. They want a 6th term only because they want to have bragging rights. Only because they want to say, we win 6 in a row. But what does that have to do with you? How does that translate to a better life for you? Let's not leave it a chance. Let us not leave it a chance. Let us out when the bell rings and vote overwhelmingly for the New Democratic Party and your candidate here on the ground, Sister Lavon Gibson Velox. Brighton East St. George. Thank you. Have a wonderful night.
Yes, I got the blessing. I got the blessing.
And we're moving along swiftly. We're moving along swiftly and nicely. We have a quick guest speaker tonight. Well, he's just going to bring some quick, brief greetings. Please, whoever former candidate to the New Democratic Party, think keep up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Good evening, a pleasant good evening to everyone. They said that I only have a minute, so I'm going to make it short according to Blakey. I wouldn't say what Blakey said. It was said that many people have to suffer and many people have to die. But I have a Bob Marley for you. Every day, it go well. One day, he go drop out. You could fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time. I could tell you that this lady is a true politician and she loves her constituency. She has been doing a lot over the last 4 and 3 years to try to make the people's lives better here. She knows all the skullduggery and the crookedness that goes on in this constituency. They parachuted a guy here. He got a $2 million contract to do the road in Calocua, and within a couple of months, the contract was changed from $2 million to $5 million. Ask yourself, where is that money going? She does not come here or did not enter politics to eke out a life for herself and her family like others did. I remember, I'm not praising anybody. I remember my wife is an island scholar. She was 1 of 5. When the big hen, when the big cock, when the big cock daughter did CXC, he extended the scholarships to 40 people to include the daughter. That is wickedness. This son, who is Minister of Finance, he eats out a living in Simmons and the Grenadines because the father is Prime Minister. They have another one here, stop buying votes for $1 million. And every piece of land sell in this country, he getting 5%. Like they come real to overnight. They have raped this country here, physically, emotionally, figuratively, and literally. Please, Vincent Shans, allow Lavon Gibson Velox to be the beacon of light and inspiration for you. I didn't plan to take any political platform, but nobody can tell me that Dinky Balcom bring rent a crowd like they did Bigger Bigs because Dinky Balcom different. I come from an independent family in this country. If you remember when they put up all those pictures in Sand Hill, the first black man is my great-grandfather. His name was Basil Balcom. We are nation builders. I am begging anybody for nothing. I don't get ashamed, so I can't beg. But I want to beg you people here tonight, please support this loyal woman. I was touched tonight when that little child, Blessing, came and said what she, that took a lot for a little child to say what, and I know that Miss Velox was touched as well because I saw tears coming from her eyes. That's a person who loves people. She had no crocodile tears and no alligator tears. And I want to tell you something, and this is no joke. If you want things to get done under this administration, let election be, because they're running around right now like some headless chickens. I want to say again, thank you very much. It was a pleasure. God bless you.
Yeah, that's how we doing it tonight. And without any further ado, we bring up another vice president of the New Democratic Party. And no nonsense man, please welcome and make some noise and welcome to the podium tonight to give his full endorsement to Lavon Gibson Velox. Please welcome Major D.R.L. Sinclair Leakup Central Gangster is in the house.
Solid as a rock. Solid as a rock. Solid as a rock. Solid as a rock. I wouldn't stop. If you're asking me, I love every. You know I tell you.
Okay, Domo, thanks a lot. Yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Good night, Brighton. Good night, Eastern George. Recognize President Dr. Friday. Thank you, President, for being here. My VP colleague, Nature. As I said, Nature and Major always go well. Chairman, Daniel. Candidates, Conroy. Woman of the Night, Laverne. Executive members, Treasurer. President of the Women's Arm, Youth Arm. Good to have you here. Secretary General Smith. Always a pleasure. Then Brian, I see drinking a power drink. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I'll find out. Laverne, I owe you a presentation. And it's not with me tonight because Major is not bouncing. The nose is running a little under the weather, but I'm fighting back. But at a minimum, I had to be here to lend you some support tonight. Even though, as I said, I am not bouncing. I don't tell them out of words. But in this thing called politics, oftentimes we lose sight that there's a human or human face behind the political activity. And I want to say a few words in that regard to my dear friend, Laverne. So I speak more of the personal relationship than that of the political association. For good reasons, Laverne and myself come from the village of Montrose, when it was Montrose. And it was a very close-knitted community, very large population of young men and women around the same age group. And where Laverne lived was literally speaking the headquarters of all things social, all things educational, all things political in that community. And she was a young girl then, hot girl. Hot girl. Don't get nervous now, I ain't going to talk any secrets. She was in the middle of all that. And in stride, Laverne went to high school and the clubs of the time, and they well. But I'm deliberately fast forwarding to Laverne at the Co-op Bank, where she became the bank manager, where she had broken through, as we said, the glass ceiling, rising to the top. Now we have a few women who are heading banks, but even then, there weren't many. Laverne emerged at the head of that bank just around the time when I was unceremoniously fired at Villec and had to start a new life. And Laverne, who had known for all the time, seemed to have taken a particular empathy, sympathy, understanding of the circumstances of Major. And I want to be very honest about it. Played a great part in giving me a solid landing, because I made a deliberate decision not to look for work with anyone else, to stand on my own feet and to go about a life of political service. And for 24/7, Laverne was there for me through those tough and trying years in every form and fashion. Actually, I'll share a story with you. Really, Laverne, you helped me out with the story. But no, it's a good story. You know, when in politics, you get yourself in all kind of things. So I went and backed a constituent to get a large stove. And they didn't go and pay for the stove. So the bailiff ended up in my yard for the money. And Miss Licker came out and find the bailiff is out there. And she said, when you trust the dog, I'm saying for a woman and them, when they don't pay for it, I have to deal with the embarrassment with these people in my yard for money and so on and so forth. Well, the boy could have gone to the ground. It turns out that before it could be finished, my name was in the papers to come and pay the particular business place in town for the stove. I mean, it's just embarrassment upon embarrassment. And she saw the thing before me. She said, Major, come here fast. I don't have money now. Collect the money. Carry the money down, get name out and you come out. Now, that's a woman for you. You know? And she don't even realize how grateful I was for that. So, Laverne has always been a people's person with a human heart and great understanding. And so you see her and you're receiving her now as a candidate on the New Democratic Party ticket in East St. George, offering herself for service. And you have a right to ask, what qualifies her to do that? Well, I said to you, in that chair she sat as a bank manager, not processing loans, but all the loans will come to her for approval. She would have presided over all kinds of situations and circumstances and needs of people of all stripes. And I happen to know from a privileged position that she always extended, without compromising her professional judgment, that human heart to making very many hundreds of incidents lives better through services of the bank that she provided for them. So she is in a accustomed role when people are happy. Laverne is overjoyed. She will bring that same approach to professional work and banking, to her politics. Now, what is unique about this exercise at this time is that, yes, there are 15 of us contesting an election, and there are 15 elections, but she has a very special challenge. Hers is different from mine, as it is from Daniel, and from Nature, and Conroy. She has the task at hand to get rid of this dynasty, this entitlement politics. This set of people who, as Dinky said, have already warned us that the New Democratic Party must suffer and die. And when they caught themselves, they are done politically. I don't malign people in politics, you know. But I recall another statement, the heat of COVID. And we are here and they are there. And he's speaking, I think it would have been to my colleague and friend, Israel Bruce, who by the way didn't get sick during the election, during the COVID. He got sick. And he said, be careful, I don't want your spittle to come across on me. You see how contemptuous they are? I mean, you're unvaccinated spittle because they're riding high and mighty over us. Poor, let's call us peasant politicians who had no right to be in the same place and space of them. Now, poor thing, you can't do better because you grew up and you enjoyed a life of privilege. Had your education, thank God for that. But your first job, the senior position in the legal office of the government. Your second job is ambassador. Your third job is a parliamentarian. And as a parliamentarian, you get promoted, elevated to your purpose job of Minister of Finance. And now you are waiting for him to move on and you become the Prime Minister of a country. Where else that happens? 1, 2, 3, 4. You're major. And if those privileges were not enough, he's making a case to St. Vincent and the Grenadines that in the Unity Labour Party and in his family, there's royalty. They are naturally better than us. His father is the one person who could solve all problems for all Vincentians. They have the Midas touch. They can produce a child who will become a millionaire at 30 without having lived a stroke in St. Vincent, public or private. But he made the mistake to say that. He's made a mistake to say that his son hasn't benefited from government's assistance. Well, this is why it's an audit. The audit will come and reveal itself that he could not have gotten where he got without that heavy lifting. And so Lavon's job in this exercise is to help us to lift the veil, to reveal the mass of corruptions that blankets St. Vincent by an iniquitous and immoral government steeped in corruption. And 25 years is not enough. Give us another 5. This last time. How do you? I mean, I listen because I'm and Colin, I know you come for your microphone just now. How do you sit in a government in which the debt to GDP ratio, a lot of you don't understand that, but it is 94%. 94%. I listened to Jamaicans today saying that they were 120%, but they've brought it down to 63%. Let me give you quick and fast and furious what that means. Because I've explained this a lot of time in Parliament. Picture yourself. Don't get bored those you have heard before. Picture yourself those black water tanks. Somebody put it down in it involuntarily. And it's hot because it's black and it's closed up. But while in there, some water reaching it by your ankle. You say, "Woo! Thanks for this cool down." And then the water going up by shin, you start to play on the tank. Water gets stainy. You say, "Thank God for that cool down." Then it's by your chest. You say, "Wait, we're going on here." The water gets to your throat. And you suddenly say, "You know what's going on here? Somebody try to drug me, you know." Yeah, you with Major? Well, that's the debt. That's what's climbing. You are in that tank in St. Vincent. And the water is just below your chin at the moment. People are drowning. And the manifestation of drowning is those who can't pay the bills. The light bill and the water bill when the month is finished. The transport bills when the month is finished. This morning when I was taking a walk through Old Montrose, a young schoolboy stopped me and he said, and he hesitated, but he said, "I'm trying to get to Western George to school. And I don't know how I'll get there. I don't have enough money. Do you have any, sir?" But you know, people always, they don't know when to give and when not to give. I said, "Boy, when I walk on the walking money, I want about knock me down. But I have $2 because all have $2 in me, to hire a van in case I can't make it." So I go to my pocket and I take out the $12. Which means I rich than Zion, because when the woman did ask Zion for $2, he didn't have that. You know? And I gave him, and he put the $2 in a plastic bag.
with some other coins. He was raising enough money, he said to me, I tried to get enough to go to school today to pay the van, and if I'm lucky to buy a lunch when I'm at school. I thought it was a genuine story. But I never thought, even though I should know better, that there's so many of our people who leave home not knowing how they're going to go, how they're going to eat, and how they're going to come. So I'm talking about the water tank. We are drowning. Those who get shot down. The women who get killed. Those who have to turn to prostitution. Those who have to, from the vaccine mandate, take their bell and make both man and woman separate from each other. I don't want to prolong it because it's not my best night. But I can give you a whole list of ways in which we are drowning in tears of sinless humanity. Human, Lavon, Gibson, Velas has that unenviable task to get us out of that water tank. She had that task. Get the lid off, let us get fresh oxygen, clean air, breathe freely, and a choice for you and you and you and my grandchildren to self-actualize to be what we want to be. She has the unenviable task to see that a new government comes into being, that there's a new dawn. She has the unenviable task to see that in this invention we begin to do for the first time something that we didn't do 25 years ago. Put this country on a course of solid nation building, lifting the low wages of our people higher, getting people rid of this belief and absence of confidence in themselves that 2, 3, 4 sheets of plywood are sufficient to say thank God for Gonzalez and company. She has the unenviable task of seeing in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that the young women don't go to shops and buy a tea bag for the night and one pamper for the night and a candle for the night because they have a right to good and decent living. She has the unenviable task to ensure that St. Vincent does not conform itself to a nation of second-class people living on roads that deserve to be driven on, living on road banks for existence, coming to the city and pushing a cat and manipulating people to get a day's wage. She has the unenviable task for bringing a small island nation state to that point in which you can say that we are small, but we are morally upright. She has an enviable task of saying, in this election, there is someone who will have moral courage and fortitude and balls to say, enough of that. I will put down my foot and my standard and make St. Vincent that place, that shining city, that wonderful constituency in which all men are man. Well, we're not in South Wales, I could say that. Huh? And that, when you put your head tonight to rest, and you wake in the morning, and you pull your curtain and you see the sun shines, you see it's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's hope. Thank God, Dr. Friday and the Democratic Party and the voting office. Good night, thank you, God bless you and love you. Another night for proper speech.
Yeah. Solid presentation from the Major. You deserve a long hug for that, love one. Don't give him a short hug, give him a long hug for that one. Major, I don't think that was a presentation that you gave tonight. That was an introduction for our next speaker tonight. So I ain't going to put anything else to it other than, for the first time, I'm going to say tonight, please welcome our next representative in East St. George. We are speaking at Ndp. Please welcome welcome the next representative of East St. George, my candidate, your candidate, Lavon Gibson Velox.
Our esteemed leader, Dr. Godwin Friday, Vice Presidents Leacock and Stevenson, Chairman Daniel Cummings, other candidates who are here tonight, and I've seen quite a few of them, members of the executive. Ladies and gentlemen of East St. George and Brighton, good night. Good night. This has been an emotional roller coaster for me tonight. I am here listening, and sometimes I'm like, is me they're talking about? But then when I hear the stories, I guess they are. And Major was talking, and he forgot a story that he and I had. In the 2013 floods, on Christmas Eve, I realized that the Penny Bank was flooded. I left my home, drove into town, and I called Major. I said, we're underwater at the bank. This was around 9 o'clock. He was like, oh, Lord, I already in my bed. We can't leave it until in the morning. I said, I'm here ready, and it's going to be cleaned. So Major mobilized his employees and his equipment and came to the bank. I, in the meanwhile, called the CID to send up an armed officer because we had to open the doors. And we got the job done that night. And that is one of the times when I can really say that I appreciated Vincy Clean for being so efficient and coming out to help us. But also, I had a little bragging right. I had some bragging rights after that because he was saying to put it up, but the water went extra for like another week. So had we not cleaned that night, we would have been in a mess for a long time. But Major, that's just to tell you that sometimes, the female, thinks a little, we think a little deeper. We don't, we cover all our bases. Ladies and gentlemen of East George, I am delighted to be your candidate for the next general elections. And tonight, I say without water in my mouth that I will win that election. One thing about me, I don't work in vain. I don't work in vain. I have been putting in the groundwork. I tell y'all, my children is all me Old George, and y'all know what Old George does. He walks from one end of St. Vincent to the next. So I have been walking this constituency and meeting with the people. And when I say meeting with the people in their spaces, where I listen to their stories and hear their pain and their anguish, and then that has prepared me a lot better for this journey, because now I can go to my Prime Minister, Dr. Godwin Friday, who will become that after the next election, and say to him, this is what East St. George needs. And I tell you what East St. George needs. It's very simple. East St. George needs a representative. We don't have one right now. We have somebody who passes through. And if you glimpse him, he may stop or he may drive straight. If he gives you his phone number, don't call, because he's not going to answer. If he tell you WhatsApp him, don't WhatsApp because you still not getting any answer. I got phone call up to this morning from a lady in tears. Her house was literally demolished with the passage of burial, and she is still living in rent, and they're telling her they have extended it for 1 month. But she has not received any material to build back her house. And she has done everything possible, including pretending that she's labor. What does she have to do again to get some help from a government? Help that from monies that belong to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, not the Unity Labour Party. Everybody who got damages during burial. I had the privilege of going down to the Grenadines, the Southern Grenadines, with Dr. Fried and Fitzbramble and our chairman, not last weekend, the weekend before that. And for everything that they say they're doing down there, my disappointment with the recovery efforts down there was real. My disappointment. But I have good news for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Terence Oliver is safe down there. He ain't going anywhere. He's going to win that seat and bring it back home. Don't worry with all the little talk. They want to try to scare us into thinking they even stand a chance of winning the Southern Grenadines. Nothing goes so. Nonsense. Nonsense. Eastern George, I have been representing you for the last 4.5 years in my own way. When I see a problem and I think it deserves to be highlighted, I ask a certain parliamentarian to ask questions for me. This is how we found out that the project in Kaliakwa went from 2.2 million to 5.5 million, then to 6 million, and possibly to 8 million. Where that money went. Now, they said the project is finished, but all the manholes don't have grills on them. They have plywood. The plywood that is left to rain and sun and is starting to shell and become brittle. What if somebody walks and they fall into these deep holes? They are not even considering that there's a school in the vicinity and that the children use the road, and they should at least put in speed bumps or controlled pedestrian crossings so that our children can be safe. You know, sometimes I make a plug for the police, but sometimes, you know, they disappoint me a little bit because sometimes you expect them to step up and do certain things. Kaliakwa used to be the capital of St. Vincent and Grenadines. And Kaliakwa is also poised to be the next main town in St. Vincent because of its location, because of the kinds of businesses they have there, and because of the diverse people in Kaliakwa and in East St. George. We go from abject poverty, something you only see if you walk around. When you drive around in your SUVs with the windows up, you don't see these things. You have to be on your foot. That's how you see the poverty in East St. George. So I know it. But Kaliakwa has a lot of potential. And this is how we are going to prevent all that traffic congestion in Kingston by bringing a lot of businesses to Kaliakwa. I would like to see a revenue office opened in Kaliakwa. I would like to see a sub-branch of a bank in Kaliakwa because there's so many restaurants and so many hotels and a lot of yachties coming there in need of banking business, and they can get it right there if they have the facilities available. There are businesses in Calico that are thriving. They do very well. But if the town itself was upgraded, then they would do a lot better because people wouldn't come all the way to Kingston to do their shopping, and that traffic congestion situation is really a pain. One of the other problems with East St. George is the smelly drains and the overgrown drains that we have that help to destroy our roads, because when these drains are blocked and the water spills onto the road, it damages the road. We have seen how long it takes this government to fix roads in East St. George. Roads have been in a state of disrepair for the last almost 10 years. And now, because the writing is on the wall, 3 months before elections, the whole constituency is in a mess where they're fixing roads every single place they can fix it. Now, I have complained about a road that they were fixing outside my house. I saw some people mobilize there the other day and I started to feel good, really good. I said, my road going fix. Well, who told me so? It was a road above me. So I said to the people, you might as well fix mine one time because it's the same road they have to drive on to get to that one. But I was told that the representative for the area said there weren't enough voters on that road to warrant his fixing it. Is that how it goes? Is that what we voted for? Is that what our vote is valued? We have to do better than this. We have to do better than this. And the only way we can do better than this is to vote out representative and vote for me, Lavin Gibson Velox, to represent you in Parliament. I will do that with care, with humility, with empathy, because I am not aloof. I love people. You see, Blessings? Blessings is a little child that I have met a few times. I did not even know Blessings felt that way about me, but she brought tears to my eyes tonight. And this is how you know that you've been doing something right somewhere along the way. Thank you, Blessings. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, in the recent past, we have had a young lady being stabbed about her body multiple times. We have also had a woman being hacked to death. And this speaks to the level of violence against women in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. These two things, these two incidents happened days apart. This government's track record on dealing with crime and violence in St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been zilch. They have not put enough effort escalating every single year in our country. It has been escalating. We, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we, the women of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, live in fear that we could leave our houses and not go back because somebody figures that they should just do something to us. Some angry boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. We have to do better than this. Our country is better than this. I am beginning to think that the training period for our police officers is inadequate. They are not properly trained in the few months that they're there. And the turnover of police officers within the force is very high. It does not lend to stability and does not lend to continuity in the programs that they have to institute to make sure that our country is more safe and more secure, not only for women, but for all of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I am aware of Camilo's modus operandi. I know that Camilo has been visiting you an inordinately frequent number of times in the last couple of weeks. I know this because people talk. I know that when he comes, you just read the right act on him and you say, where you been for the last 4.5 years? I know one gentleman also told him that, you know, you don't have to come. I've already met her, the new rep. So when I tell you that I am going to win the next election in East St. George, believe me, because that is the will of the people. It was the will of the people last election, but somebody didn't want that to happen because they wanted the dynasty to continue. But I am breaking the back of that dynasty this time around. It's not going to happen. Politics is about taking care of people, not people taking care of you. You need to go into the constituency and meet with the people, especially the young people who need guidance and they need somebody they can look up to, and they need somebody who would tell them, listen, we can help you. We have plans for you. And I go into the constituency and I say that to the young people in East St. George with confidence because my leader told me I can say these things when I go into the constituency. Tell them that the new Democratic Party has plans for the young people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You heard Laverne King talk about them earlier. You heard Esteban talk about them earlier. They are on the books and you can take us at our word. It's not like Laverne say they promise but they lie. We're not lying about anything because we want our country to develop. And if we don't develop our people, our country cannot develop as it should. It is time for St. Vincent and the Grenadines to be counted like the other islands. This lowest wages that we pay, that can't work. When you go to Grenada and St. Lucia and Antigua, you cringe because it's like, so what happened to us? We need to get to that stage, and we can only get there under a new Democratic Party government led by Dr. Godwin Friday. They keep saying that we don't have plans, but that is their way of fooling the people like they've done for the last 25 years, just fooling the people. Well, after 25 years, you should have learned your lesson because we, the people, are not dumb anymore. We listen and we have all the media available to us where we see what is going on in other countries and we see how we can develop ourselves. And this new Democratic Party, and I am proud to be a part of it, extremely proud, is going to oversee the development of all the people of this country, not just the people who vote first. We're not doing any partisan politics, because if we do that, me and all are in trouble. We in trouble, because I will not condone that. Government is for all people, not some of them, which is what we are experiencing now. Eastern George, I love you from the bottom, top, side of my heart, every part of it. Every part of it. And I am asking you, I'm pleading with you, that you need to change your representative so you can see what real representation is all about. You will see what real representation is all about. How many of you know that I used to work at the National Broadcasting Corporation as a news reporter and presenter? I have some breaking news. And this is news from Ndp Radio 704. Yeah, 704, yeah, we're getting news before 705. News has come to the representative of St. George that the ULP is planning to reintroduce culture pot in the short term. This is something I've been harping on for months. They never did it. All of a sudden, they're going to reintroduce culture pot. Well, it's a good thing the people say already, but as Ms. Velox said, she bring it back. So they could bring it back now. They can save me the trouble. I will just improve on it and do it properly. Eastern George, I have your backs, just like I know you will have my back when we get into office. We are going to be creating employment. We are going to be paying better salaries than this government is paying, because if you measly dollars they pay you sometimes, just can't cut it. Look, you did 8 days. 8 days for back to school, and the school started back and you still didn't get paid. That was just wicked. If you know you didn't have the money, you should have said no road program. You can't make people work and then you can't pay them. That looks bad on the part of a government that always seems to be giving money hither, thither, and yon. We need to do better than this. Eastern George, on a sober note, I want to be your representative. I want to be a part of the New Democratic Party's team in government, because I know that this constituency will do much better under the New Democratic Party. And I want to be a part of that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll talk to you again soon. It was lovely being here. Thank you so very much for having me.
Come on, make some noise. Let me see your 10 finger for Lavon Gibson Velox. This is the finger that is going to make a difference in the upcoming general elections. Come on, come on. All right, before I bring on our next speaker here tonight, everyone again, we just have a little treat, a little special performance for you. I like to call him the baddest eye in the whole country, ladies and gentlemen. He is one of the most controversial, most loved, most realist Calypsonians in Vincent and the Grenadines has ever seen, and he's here tonight and he said, hey, man, I have to come on the stage tonight and I have to big up Miss Velox and I have to do something for the people of East St. George. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the I, Zaya.
pull up the music. Hey, this is East St. George, right? Well, hear this. Say the wind is blowing from the east to the west. It sounds like judgment morning. Whosoever don't pray today will pray on the judgment morning. Do Lord deliver Daniel. Do Lord deliver Daniel. Do Lord deliver Daniel out of the lions. And I hear that? Yeah. We have to call on God's deliverance because nothing happens without the power of Almighty God. But I ain't just come here. It all is still to ramp me up now. I come here from the village. Hold on. I have a talk because this is significant. Now let me tell you something in East St. George. What if I name Camelo? Right. So now, here what happened? We have Rav Gonsalve, right? So then we had down the Prime Ministership to Camelo Gonsalve. Wait, me no, I say I call anybody right name. Me ain't violating nobody. Then now, he might have some name Ramelo Gonsalve. And he handed it down to Ramelo. So, wait a while. Then Ramelo now might have a daughter named Lamelo Gonsalve. And she handed it down to she. In the next 100 years, when all of us dead and gone, just Gonsalve. So there's a damn place. Vincent Gonzalez, wake up. Hold the music. There's a significant. We have to think and we have to talk, Vincent Johns. Right? I mean, just come. You know. I come for ramp up and I got my life, you know. It's an election. So I'm saying to the people of East St. George that Miss Villux is here to stop that and change that. She can't do it without us. We as a people have to get registered, have to go out and vote and show Ralph Guns. He ain't handing down this thing so that big guns. What? We are real people called Prime Minister. We are Dr. Godwin Friday right now. All about the man. And they ain't got nothing bad to say about the man. Here what they telling me. Here what guns are telling me. Don't vote for Friday. Friday lazy. What do you mean by that? On Friday go lazy. I go back the other day and see Friday climbing up on a hill. Guns are can walk half of that. And I ain't joking or not. This is a serious business I talking about, you know. So Vincent John, me ain't just talking to East St. George, you know. Me talking to the whole world of Vincent John. All about understand this. We have to stop this thing with guns have hand on. You have to work for the people and all the people confidence and we will vote for you. But right now, it's Friday. Anyhow you come, it's Friday. Run the music. Now. Run the music. The wicked bad. The real wicked. Like something wrong with this country. Our people losing their brain. When I am singing calypso, they say never call people name. Last year when I roll like thunder, I make sure the people name. But some people start to wonder and came up with something again. Soon as I say eliminate the man, we know who you mean. Hear them, we know who you mean. Just hear them, we know who you mean. When I say to them, I'm beauty and we know who you mean. Hear them, we know who you mean. Just hear them, we know who you mean. When I say that whole what is dirty criminal, I want to hear the back boy scream. All you scream, hey! Oh! Well, a bunch of criminals, workless, wicked, dirty-minded people. They mash up this time. Three years on a straight, they ban me, victimizing my calypso. They say I ain't deserve it. They play on TV and radio. I find it rather interesting. All they do is bringing me fame. This year they go harder than me, cause I'm calling some people name. Now so and so lay down there in peace. We know who you mean. Yeah, we know who you mean. Just hear them. Then so and so far away by police. Hear them. Just hear them. Where them all singing dirty predators. I want to hear so and so scream. Scream. All you scream. Hey! For real! And all them wasn't forget. They put two girl man by low man thing. Poor people beg me. What that to poor people? And them burn them this wrong, eh? Burn them out. We mash up NIS and take the whole country poor. Farmers and the small businesses, man, they suffering evermore. The money gave out nobody. Only one thing inside his head is to grapple on the power and hold people on daily dead. When I say passport is off the leg, hear them, we know who you mean. Just hear them, we know who you mean. When I wish vendors segregate the neck, we know what I mean. Hear them. We know who you mean. I said them, we know who you mean. When I say that heartless dictator, those who refuse to take the vaccine, scream, all you scream, hey, we know who you mean. Yeah man, he put real people out of bed. Some lose house, some lose car, some lose land, some lose their family. The wife all day got the button. No money, no love. But how you want to this wrong? I don't see like this election is a slippery not wrong in show. I encouraging young people, all you make to go out and vote. Let us all unite together, cause unification is strength. And show the world we ain't noticed. Easy wise and intelligent. All kind of games are playing duvet. We know who you mean. Hear them, we know who you mean. Hear them, we know who you mean. A thief in election then run away. We know who you mean. Hear them, we know who you mean. Just hear them, we know who you mean. When I see that thief in dirty dishonest kleptomaniac centrally would scream, scream, all they scream, hey! We know who you mean. Dr. Friday, just go follow them. Make sure that thief from going on again. Put the right people in the right places. Watch them, brother. Me ain't gonna win monarchy, and I ain't looking for a cent. Me ain't expecting nothing from this infernal government. The disorder of my knowledge affecting these people so dread. The plan is to see me suffer and make sure I ain't bite the bread. When I talk about guns and say cocaine, we know who you are. Hear them, know who you mean. Just hear them, we know who you mean. And employer know who bringing them in. We know who you mean. Hear them, we know who you mean. Just hear them, we know who you mean. When I highlight come if I say Beryl, I want to hear the whole nation scream, scream, all you scream. Hey, we know who you mean. Good night, peace and George. God bless all you. Dr. Friday! Hold them there!
Hold them and bond them designer. If you're ready to bond them, let me see your voting finger. If you're ready to bond them this election, let me see your voting finger. All right. This is what is going to bring about our salvation and our change in this country, ladies and gentlemen. This is what is going to bring about the next Prime Minister, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He's here with us tonight. St. George, make some noise and welcome your next Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Godwin Friday.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good night, everybody. The people of East St. George, Brighton in particular, to all my friends and colleagues who have come out here. We come, the specific reason is we had an invitation from our sister Lavon Velox. So she come out and meet the people of East St. George. Come out and meet the people of Brighton. These are the people who are going to put me into office. These are the people who are going to put the Democratic Party into government. Because they are seeing what only see, all the neglect. You can see the joblessness, the hopelessness amongst our young people. All of those things, you could only see them for so long and do nothing. As decent people, we come to a point where we say that we must take action. Sweet talk and old talk can only do so much. And trust me, this government, they're very good at it. Now, however, they see that the people are rejecting the rhetoric. They are rejecting all the sweet talk and the whole talk because they know that there's no substance behind it. You have seen it. You don't have to speculate about what this government will deliver. They've been there long enough. Nobody had to read and spell to you. You could see it for yourself. So when you recognize that they have failed to deliver on their most significant promises to the people of this country, then you have to be ruthless in your judgment as well. And say, I cannot, in our good conscience, continue to support if you used to support, or contemplate, think of supporting them for another term. You've heard from my colleagues about all the things that we know are wrong. You've heard about their plan. It's not about the people. Their plan is about themselves. It's about carrying on what they see as their mission. And if that mission was to develop the country, you could say, okay, they have a plan, but I have a better one. But it's not about that. It is about continuing the greed, the corruption, the sense of entitlement that you have from these people in office. And it comes, you know, from being there for such a long time. By whatever means, they have managed to hold on to political power for going on now 25 years. By whatever means. But you know, there's a old saying. We said every rope has an end. Right? And how Dickie put it earlier, he say, every day you take the bucket of well, and one day the bottom will drop out. All of those things we know possible. But they don't happen by themselves. They don't happen by themselves. The longest rope to go on for a very long time. We don't want that to happen. So we have to make a decision. We have to make a decision to say, not just that it has an end, but that we know where that end is. And that end comes with the next general election. We have to, as a people, decide that that is where this rope ends. That is when the bottom will drop out at this bucket. The next election, you've heard me say it over again, this is a decision not just for the next 5-year term. And Sinai said, well, when he went through all the family names, you know, of who's going to inherit this mantle, who is going to be the heir apparent to take this piece of family furniture and pass it down from one generation to the next. That's how they want the office of Prime Minister in this country. Never happened. This is something that the people have to confer upon whoever aspires to that office. And you have to do the work. You have to be out there connecting with people, showing that you care about what they care about, not just what you care about. That you're not above them, but you are within and with them. That you're not standing up there as though this was handed down to you as some birthright. The people of this country have the right to decide, and we must ensure that that is exercised fairly. Now, Jai and I, you know, he's a philosopher, you know. Yeah, the man, he says some real good things here tonight. One of the things that he said, and I want to emphasize this, there are people who, for some reason or another, they feel that somehow that the people who are in government here, no matter how much they are rejected, how much the people say they want change, that by some means they're going to hold on to it. Do not let that fool you. What will happen in the next election is that you get yourself registered. Get your young people to be registered. Summon up the courage and go into the polling station and there say, listen, I am doing this for myself, but I'm doing it for my grandchildren. I'm doing it for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the country which has a future that we have not yet begun to understand what the vast possibilities are, because the present government has stifled that by their own greed, by the self-centeredness, by the way in which they turn everything to make it about themselves and not about you, the people of this country. How long can people put up with that? How long can we carry on like that and look ourselves in the mirror and say that we are Vincentians, that we are the children of Chatelier, that we are a people with a great destiny beyond what our small size and population might say, that we are proud people. Nobody can lord it over us. Nobody should be allowed to say that somehow they know it all, that the rest of us must just sit down and listen and let them do their thing. Well, we have a date with destiny coming. We have a grand reckoning coming. May you like to call it the big audit is coming. Whenever they have the courage to ring the bell. We mustn't let this opportunity pass. There is too much at stake. Way too much at stake. We talk about the farmers, for example, where this government, they have abandoned them. They have not given them any hope. They say we have a plan for agriculture. Every Monday morning, the Minister of Agriculture, well, maybe every other Monday morning, let me be fair to him, he comes with a plan, so he's selling something or the other. And then after that, you move on to the next one, leaving the farmers behind. Well, we say that we have a plan to build and to build back agriculture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And we will deliver it for the farmers. And similarly with the fish folk, this community here in Calicoa, my own community in Bequay, in the southern Grenadines, as I visited the fish folk there, and me hailed them up. The fellows down at the fisheries complex in Calawan. They are looking to government for guidance, for support, so that they too can make a decent living in this country. That they too can reap the fruits of their labor, that they can see a brighter future, even though they are fisher folk and people tend to look down on them. I don't, because I see the vast potential of this industry. We call it here the blue economy, of which fishing is one part. And we are going to invest in the fisher folk of this country because we love them, yes, but also more importantly than that, because it is highly important to the development of our country. We have more seascape than we have land in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because we are an archipelago. We stretch all the way from Union Island up to Fancy. And we have not utilized that to its full potential. We in the New Democratic Party, we have given this new thought. We have brought new initiatives to it. We have said that our administration, the success of our government, will depend on the success of the fisher folk. Imagine that. How important farmers have become, how important the fisher folk have become, because we have said that we stake, this is how high it is, we stake the success of our government and the success of the farmers and the fisher folk in this country. So you know that we will not let you fail. In the same way, we ask you not to fail to take this opportunity when it comes, whenever the election bell is rung. So we have here in this present government, they have brought this country to a point where they borrow and they beg for everything that we need. We produce very little for ourselves. And so the national debt is now approaching $3 billion. At 42 cents out of every dollar, we're using it to pay for the debt. This is why you can't find medicine in the hospital. This is why every street has a pothole. This is why you go to Kingstown, right at the juicy corner, one of the busiest in the country, big pothole. You go to Heritage Square, big pothole. And they tell you that somehow the Ndp is responsible. Really? After 25 years, all you could deliver is pothole? This is a pothole government. Every street you go, some of them in the countryside, you don't even bother to look at pothole because the road, the concrete gone, the barber green gone, you're going back to the road. That's what they have delivered. And the reason why you can't rebuild is because we are so heavily indebted. Because all they have done is they have borrowed and begged, and they have spent it in a way like a drunken sailor. Not productively to create greater wealth, to help the people ease the cost of living crisis, to ease the debt burden that we are feeling, to put medicine in the hospitals and bandages, so that you don't have to, every time you go to hospital, you get every cup and spoon You got to carry what sheet and pillowcase like you're going camping. And toilet paper and soap and everything else. Most importantly, the medicine. We can't put up with this forever. We got to do better than that, and we can do better. So when I tell you that there is a plan in the New Democratic Party, believe me, this present government, they have none. And you notice that they're not coming to you to say these are the wonderful things that we have in store, because you know you're not going to believe it. Because a person's or a government's record speaks more loudly than any empty promises they can give to you when election time comes around. And they know that. The smart know that. So what are they doing? Here what they're doing. They're making me out to be a bad person. Yes, thank you. You say that with such, what should I say? Well, they say the worst things about me. And they say things about my colleagues. But you know what? I will take it, my prod. I will do it. I am not taking them on. Because we have more important things to do. I want to be able to appeal to the dignity of our people, to the hopes and the dreams of our people. Especially to the young people, to say that there's a brighter future underway. You know, help us to shape that future. What goes into it, it comes from the dialogue that we have as politicians with the people that we go to meet. Yesterday I was out here with Sister Velox and Daniel Cummings and the General Secretary and others, and we came and we talked to people as we do. This is not something we put on. We've been doing this for a long time. And the reason I do it is not just to come tell people that election come and vote for me. The reason I do it is because I want to know how people are living. I want to know what they're feeling. I want to hear from ordinary Vincentians, you know, what it is that makes them tick, what makes them stay awake at night. How are they going to manage to send their children to school on Monday? How does it feel when you wake up in the morning and there's nothing in your fridge if you have a fridge, or nothing on the table, and you don't know where it's going to come from? How do you manage it? I want to know these things, because that is what motivates me as a public figure, somebody who wants to make a difference in our country. But there is so much noise, there is so much distraction, there is so much lies. All of this to try to hold on to political power. We have to see through it. So we have here coming up, and I say to you, this is a very serious decision that we have to make. And we as a country cannot afford another 5 years of this ULP administration, because they are holding the country back. One man want to run the country forever. When you do that, all of us, the rest of us suffer. You might be able to stand up in the box and say, watch me here. I was reading up on the other one, my favorite, my person Shah Yosimadias. You know, look at my works in this sphere. But all around the colossal right, all you see sand stretching down and there. Because nobody can do it all alone. There are a lot of indispensable people throughout history who feel that the world can't go on without them. Where are they now? Their bones are in the cemetery. Nobody can run this country forever. Politics and governance is a relay. It is not a marathon. It take too long. It's not a sprint, because you go fast, you don't go far. It's a relay. You have to pass the baton. There are some people that want to run the first leg. They want to run the second leg. They want to run the whole race. And then everybody else passing us, as they have done in this. The OECS. We are behind in wages. We are behind in jobs. We are behind in the development of our industries, particularly tourism. We are behind in everything except the things that we don't want for our country. Crime and violence, especially crime against women and young girls. These are the things that our country are known for. We have to reverse that history. It is not handed down to us as something immutable and changeable. These are things that we can shape out themselves. We have to lay the blame for that rather on themselves and the well-being. Government is to blame. It doesn't just happen so. So let us change the thing that is wrong about the country. The thing that is most wrong about St. Vincent and the Grenadines is the present government we have there. They have lost touch with the people if they ever were in touch. They live in a bubble. They don't understand when we talk about the cost of living crisis because they don't feel it. When they're driving from one part of Kingstown to the next no matter how traffic is in parts for them like the Red Sea. They don't know how people live. Well, I'll tell you what, you have two missions. One, rescue the country yourself. And the other, do them a favor. Let them go back and live amongst the people and see how ordinary people live. You could do that after the next general election. So, I'm checking with that. My dear people, I want to talk to a particular set of people. For the people who are worried because they feel they have supported the ULP last election or sometime before, there's nothing to worry about. We in the New Democratic Party are 10 bigger than this. We include the entire nation in our project of rebuilding the economy and creating safer communities for people. Everybody is part of that project. And when we talk about our priorities, one, to create jobs, especially for our young people. Two, to rebuild an economy that works for all of us, not just for some. Some people are doing very well now, and they don't want that to change. Because their bread is buttered on three sides. And they're driving SUV and every little happen they're gone and they could have vacations in London and Paris. They're living off the fat of the land. They don't want that to change. But the rest of the people are suffering. And for them, we must bring change. So then we have also those people who are in the public service, and they said the people in the UP and the opposition, our opponents, they spread fear and lies among them to tell them that somehow that at the end, if you were in office, all these things would happen that are against their interests. No such thing. Things are going to get better. For the public servants, I say to you, you have a job to do. I am not going to be looking over your shoulder and telling you what you must do. I am not going to be saying to people, send this man out this way, get him a work, and because I say so, they must get a work and they can't do the work. This is a government of the people and for people, and the persons in public service. You must know your job is safe. There will be great opportunities for you. I am looking for ways to ease the cost of living crisis for everybody, including public servants. So when I tell you that we are going to pay bonuses as they do in other countries in the OECS at the end of the year to help you to meet with the cost of living crisis that we have. But we're looking to expand the categories of persons in the public service who would benefit from concessions on the purchase of vehicles and so forth. All of that is to help to make the cost of living crisis a little bit more affordable or bearable. When we talk about providing assistance for persons who are on public assistance, at $300 they can't do much in a month, we will increase that because we're trying to help people to make ends meet. And similarly, persons who get the national insurance who are at the lower end of the scale, we will also provide a top-up at particular times to help you to make ends meet. This is a government that is trying to make life better for people. So there's no need to fear. For the police officers, I have seen the conditions under which you live. I know that there are persons who feel that they are being sent You know, to live in conditions that they will not live in their own communities. And you expect them to function effectively as a paramilitary organization, a professional organization, when you don't treat them with the dignity that they deserve of their position. They're sleeping on 4 mattresses in bare 4 mattress in your barracks that you have. You can't get water in summer. And the conditions under which you're asking these people to live is deplorable. And then you expect them to take an interest in the concerns and the problems that the community they are supposed to serve. Have the two things go together. We will look after the police officers. The stations all over the country, we will do a review and make sure that there are livable conditions for the people who are there, so that they can be more professional. And then where there are bad apples, you know, those persons who violate the law in order to say that they're going to enforce it, that has to come to an end. You cannot break the law to enforce the law. We are a country of law. We are civilized people. We are decent people. When they function like that, we will go out of our public service. We will get more out of our police officers. And what's more with police to be successful? You have to have trust between them and the community. So you have to have community policing. That trust only comes when they serve the people and the people see that they're looking out for their interests. That trust is broken down. We have to rebuild it. So to the police officers, I say, better days are coming. The New Democratic Party will look out for your interests, because we know that having done so, that you will look out for the interests of the rest of us. So, my dear people, this is going to be a long campaign, not just in a matter of time. Somebody told me the other day in documentary, Mr. Friday, asleep and awake, an election going to come. Well, a lot of things will happen in between then. What we know will happen is that there will be an avalanche of giveaways. It started already. They will come with the prefab houses that they bring in from Trinidad and elsewhere and try to buy your vote. They will come with and galvanize the ships, come from Jamaica every other month to try to buy your vote with them. Just remember this, however, if you're taking my money to buy it, when you give it to me, it's my thing you give it back. Okay? They can't buy your vote when it's your money they're using to get it with. So, whatever they offer in assistance, you need it, take care of it. Use it like you buy it with your own money, because it is your own money.
Exclusive rental.
Use it properly. And some people, they say they want to put up a little shitty and they take the lumber and the galvanized, but they handle land. I say, wait, come, I can see how I can help you to get the land.
For more information, contact 1-784
These are things they would
1361
use to try
784
to hold on to power.
1361.
The roads that you see that are not in any good condition, you heard my sister Velox talk about it.
Since 2012, we have
They will
provided
come to drop the BRC there. They'll put the gravel over here, and you will see all kind of movement coming, and trucks
new solutions
will come and they will scratch the road. And they'll do all of that. Make it look busy.
You with
After
the same
election
high
done,
degree of care and
if they
professionalism.
want to be back
We
there,
also use
nothing will
the
happen.
best technology in
So-
the delivery of our services. So,
You know,
does your doctor need
better.
a precise view
We
of
can see through the lies, we can see through the
Let
hypocrisy.
us perform an ultrasound for you.
But I want you
If it's your
to understand this.
choose our
In the New
mammography service.
Democratic Party,
Issues related
we have
to
a plan for better future and invented and grenades.
Our
And
team
I
can
have
perform the necessary
put together the team
Put
to
your
make
money
that plan work. Because you can't just tell people
If it's
you're going to do something
chest,
and you don't tell them how
broken bones and
you're going to do
fractures,
it.
then
Or means by which you will do
your
it.
X-ray
We have the
service.
team
For
to do
you
it.
aging men and women, we can now check
We have
your
put together to serve you.
which will reduce any
People
complications
who are the
that
best
may arise. Overall bone
team
cancer,
ever to contest the election
osteoporosis,
on one
or
slate
arthritis.
in the New Democratic
Health Solutions will
Party
provide answers
election
and
itself.
results
And
in a timely,
they still
accurate,
have on Velox.
and
It
comfortable
is
environment. While you are
one
taken
of
care
those
of by
persons. You
well
heard
trained and
from
experienced,
people who know how long
please
than
today
me.
at
But I
451
would say
2836 or
they might do that long, but I know how well too.
or visit us
Because you don't have to know somebody for 20 years to know the stuff that they
You can
made up.
also follow us on Facebook or Instagram,
She is somebody who's a problem solver.
where we are providing solutions in SVG.
It's a big thing. You have a problem,
Of trust, a promise.
she knows how to solve it.
Transform
She helps
your
people
with district
with the
stairs,
things
SVGs,
that some people out there feel beneath them. They can't bother with somebody who wants a
bathroom, flooring, or living space.
chain fix, they want a little window here,
Interest.
they want
Fees just
a walker or a wheelchair.
Here's how it works.
Them
Free consultation.
things there, you know, them bother with them, and them politicians who driving wrong in the SUV
Renovation goals. And
with the windows all up, but she say, you gotta walk on the ground
you deposit up front.
to go and talk to people. That is what she does.
Flexible installment.
And then people come and ask her, they say, how you can assist.
Balance in manageable
You know,
installments tailored.
and instinctively, she knows
your
what to do.
vision brought to life.
That is the kind of person you want in government.
Transformation
You want that
of your
person to take that attitude,
Let's bring your
to
dream
match it
home
with the
to
resources that you will have
Call us
from being in government, from the team of people you have around us who are going to deliver, and then use that to help people in this community,
or
the people in all of Eastern George.
Center at Stony Ground.
Labon Velox,
You listen to the best.
I am so happy that he is part of my team, because I know that when there are things to be done and problems to be solved, people's needs to be met, I can go to her for advice and to say, Labon, how would you deal with that? And she will be able to do so. That is the sort of person that you have as your representative coming in the next general election, as our candidate in the New Democratic Party. I know that you know what to do. Have the courage to do it. Let us not leave it for somebody else. To change government, it requires us to act, not just to move. It requires us to become registered. Do not fear that on election day that something may happen that you're scared about to vote. That's what they're depending on, because they can't win if all the people who want them out of office come out and vote. They cannot. So what we have to do, don't worry if we fix that. All of it, all the things that they complain about, we have done as a party. We put together a team to train the agents. We're there to educate the public as to what we need to do. So come out. Have the courage to come to all and vote your conscience, and I know when you do so, you will choose the New Democratic Party, because we have a brighter future ahead of us. We have put together a plan, we put together a team. Now we need your vote to make this happen. Thank you, God bless. Let's get it done.
Folks, you heard it. You heard the plan. You know what's the mission. That's to go to the polls on election day and vote for change, vote for new government, vote for the New Democratic Party, vote for Sister Laverne Gibson Velox, vote for the next Prime Minister, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, vote for your future, vote for Blessing's future, vote for your children and your grandchildren's future. We got a special song that we want to play tonight. We have a special song that we want to play from a young lady. She did it when she was 10 years old. Now she's 14. And it's a special song. We want to play this one tonight for you. Demo, play this song there for me, please. And of course, I got her name written down here. What's her name again? Lovely. It's Kane, right? Yes, lovely Miss Kane. What's the first name again? This is her song tonight. And this is how we're going to bring the meeting to a close. We want to thank you so very much for coming out tonight. Thank you to all the speakers and the members of the New Democratic Party. Thank you all of you for coming out. And remember, on election day, go to the polls and vote the New Democratic Party. God bless you. Good night.
If the NDP is not the thing for you, spirit SVG of poverty.
Turn your lights down low and pull your window curtain. Oh, let your moon come shining in.
Our children's lives will be I say, because you happy. Don't care for us. All they want, power and authority. If we put NDP, we'll be setting right. So let's come together and vote NDP.
NDP, we love you so. Family, one destiny. We strive for this right and reason in good sight and a democratic SPG. We believe our country's future must be shaped by our own hands. We'll ensure a strong foundation that's made of rock, not sand. The education of our children is the pride of NDP. The freedoms of expression is the pledge of our party. NDP, we love you so. Family on destiny. We strive for what is right and pleasing in consent and a democratic SPG. Let us put our heads together to keep high our country's name and protect the youth from danger, from as we rename our good and live in harmony and love. NDP, we love you so. Family, one destiny. We strive for what is right and pleasing in God's sight and a democratic SPG. We salute the founding members for the charge they gave to us to provide for the landless beyond the kind and just.
If you asking, then I'm telling you it's yes. Stand in love, take my hand in love, God bless. Right, yes.
I want to give you some good loving. Turn your lights down low.
Right now.
And pull your window curtain.
Right now. And let your love come tumbling in. Right now. Into our lives again. Right now.
Ooh, it's been a long time.
Yeah. I got this message for you, boy.
But it seemed I was never on time.
Still I wanna get through to you, boy. On time. Right now. On time. Right now.
I want to give you some love.
Yeah.
I want to give you some good love.
Can you hear me?
I want to give you some good love.
It's like good.
I want to give you some good loving.
Yeah, right now.
I want to give you some
Right now. Babies in the bassinet, we call, we get ready. My steady. Baby love.
Man to man is so unjust. Children, you don't know who to trust. Your worst enemy could be your best friend, and your best friend, your worst enemy. Some will eat and drink with you, then behind them sus upon you. Only your friend know your secrets, so only he could reveal it. And who the cap it, let them wear it. Who the cap it, let them wear it. Said I throw me con, me no call no foul. I say in cup, clap, clap, clap. Hey, some will hate you, pretend they love you now. Then behind they try to eliminate you. But who jobless? No one curse. Thank God we're past the worst. Hypocrites and parasites will come up and take a bite. And if your night should turn to day, a lot of people would run away. And who just stop it, let them wear it. Who the let them wear it. I take a down, I throw me gun. I take a down, I call no foul. I take a down, I cup, cup, cup. Yeah, yeah. Cup, cup, cup. Some will eat and drink with you. Then behind them sus upon you, yeah. And if night should turn to day now, a lot of people would run away. And who the crap, let them wear it. Who the crap, let them wear it. Throw me gun, me no call no foul. I begging cup, cup, cup. Clap, clap, clap. I bag a cup, cup, cup. Clap, clap, clap.
It's so cool. Praise the Most High God every day with your whole heart desire. Lift the mind, lift the mind. Holy, 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 holy. Holy Mount Zion. Good job. Let's sing.
The Lord's my shepherd and not one. Make me down to lie in pastures green. Thou leadeth me the quiet waters by.
My soul, oh, hath restored again, and me to walk thou snake within the path of righteousness, even for his name's sake.
Yea, though I walk in death's dark vale, it will I fear no ill. Thy rod and staff, they are with me, they surely comfort me.
My table, oh, has furnished in the presence of my foes. My hand, oh, half anointed with oil, my cup it overflows.
Goodness and mercy all my life shall surely follow me. And in just cause forevermore, my dwelling place must be.
Goodness and mercy all my life shall surely follow me. And in Jehovah's forevermore, my dwelling place shall be. Holy, holy,
Goodness and mercy all my life shall surely follow me, and in Jehovah's forevermore, my dwelling place must be.
my soul, oh, hath restored again, and need to walk those days within the path of righteousness, even for his name's sake.
Yea, though I walk through the dark way, yet will I fear no evil. Thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they surely comfort me.
My table, oh, hath furnished in the presence of my foes. My hand, oh, half anointed with oil, my cup it holy, 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 that for rich, come on, is no objective. But from a school loving, we have it in stock. Yeah, man. Oh, yes.
You may not be a movie star. You may not drive a big fast car, but I love you in every way. I love you in every way. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Woman, you may not be waiting and drive a fast car. Come in and go left the out and we not come from far. You remember when we only have one arrow shirt and you muggle with me in your tight up skirt. As long as me there from Mars and God the earth, me not forget where me a come from. Me not go dish your dirt.
I'll keep on loving you.
Always.
I don't know why.
As I am hooked on your love like a big snap of fish. The way you look, the way you dress, adapt me carrots. Your personality, there is no other like it. Put your back and telling the world, woman, you're Chris.
But I love you in every way. I love you in every way. I don't know why. Oh, why. I don't know why.
Why is a cooking letter? Put it down, forget to pay. Woman, I'm telling you, I love you endlessly. Me now go play them no mind, me now go hear what them a say. Donkey ears now, sing to me, yeah, you tell.
But I don't care about you. I'll keep on loving you. I don't know why.
I tell you why.
Oh, why?
This is a mission to you,
I don't know why.
yeah, why?
Oh, why?
I say you may not be waiting and drive a fast car, but me now go left you out and we a come from far. You remember when me only have me one arrow shirt and you muggle with me in your tight up skirt. As long as the DJ dip on the earth, me now go left you out, you know me now go dish your dirt.
I love you in every way.
It's like crazy, I don't want to show. I tell you why. You know why? As I am hooked on your love like a big snap of fish. The way you look, the way you dress, make you have to resist. Your personality, there's no other like it. Put your band and telling the world, say you're Chris. A woman like you is one in a million. Want you in the arms 24/7. Get jealous if me say your next man. Want trench pass for me plantation. I mean, I love to have you. I know other one. You're the greatest woman in the island. Greater than Ruby, greater than Pearl. Prettiest woman to me in the world. Big up your chest, you hear me, young girl. You may not be ready and drive a fast car, but me nah let you. We a come from far. Remember when we only have one arrow shirt and you muggle with me in your tight up skirt.
Yo, you don't know so the one thing for don't say. Every man a big man. One life. Don't mistake how can't place it. Right on that slide. You will load the thing around. Check on sir. Better days coming, man, tired of running from the law. I'm really not a villain. The reason I am living is because I was quick on the draw. Better days coming, man, tired of running from the law. I'm really not a villain. The reason I am living is because I was quick on the draw. That's up with some boy, I never me on the law. One punk me up, me make them know so them care. Yo, Abaraj and shot fire, them go pay down me brother, and you don't know what this means war. Hear them bad and no much higher them a char. How much man they make a be a suck true straw. Yo, and nice them a make an all pressure them jaw. They go show them what the real outlaw. So me got so rat off and slide through me choppy. Get them off yard in a war and move snappy. What fi happen, now we done bad already. Who fi run way and who fi very. Tell them, better days coming, man, tired of running from the law. I'm really not a villain. The reason I am living was because I am quick on the draw. And it's a better days coming, man, tired of running from the law. And I'm really not a villain. The reason I am living is because I was quick on the draw. In a time when the heart of man gets so cold, the beer band is suckling the young and the old. Good boy, nah, no pity, no self-control, and a pale long rifle. You out there approach as a swear. How we went deep with him, soul, him switch. Start player informer role. Try sell me out like the reward is cold. And me alone step, me say, and me alone roll. So deep is the concept, a lot of full zone. And the guns where you fire, I know the amount of rounds. Here, put to the mountains, Caravania, it's road. Teach up on the rhythm, tell some food don't close. Hey, better days coming, my time you're down running from the law. I'm really not a villain. The reason I am living is because I was quick on the draw. Better days coming, my time you're down running from the law. I'm really not a villain. The reason I am living is because I was quick on the draw. Cause I'm with a boy, I never me on the law. One pump me up, me make them know so them care. Hey, a barrage of shot fire, them go pay down, my brother. You don't know, say that means war. Hear them bad and no much, I then them a char. How much man them make a fee a suck shoe straw. Oh Lord. I was buried alive, but I'm still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but I got a feeling. I am alive. There must be a reason. I was given one more chance. My heart's still beating. Buried alive, but I'm still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but I got a feeling. Oh, I am alive. There must be a reason. I was given one more chance. My heart's still beating. Now all this time I've been blind, only running against the wind. Friends of mine pass with time. After living a life of sin, some many give up, many give in. It's my determination to win. I survived the worst of times. I survived, yeah. I was buried alive, but I'm still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may. I got a feeling. Alright, now I am alive. There must be a reason. I was given one more chance. My heart's still beating. Oh, they made a ditch for one, but there would be two. In their attempt to hold my life, the wicked things they do. But I made my brave, and I conquered the brave. Oh no. The Lord is my salvation, of whom shall I fear? I was buried alive, but I'm still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but I got a feeling. Alright, now I am alive. There must be a reason. I was given one more chance. beating. One more time. I said, buried alive, but I'm still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but I got a feeling. Alright, I am alive. There must be a reason. I was given one more chance. My heart's still beating.
90.3, 96.7, and 101.3.
Your words have no meaning, cause you continue to do the same thing. Now sorry is a sorry word. Look at all I've done for you. Come with your sweet talk. You call me a sweetheart, and every day you break another piece of my heart. Ooh, I'm sorry that you're sorry, but sorry's not good enough for me, baby. I'm sorry that you're sorry, but sorry can't dry my tears, lady. Each time we fight, you come with your same story. Now you're sorry, but I'm sorry, cause I can't accept your apology. You say it, but you don't mean it. You say it, but me not believe it. You say it, but you don't mean it. You say it, but me not believe it. Where you want me for do, you're way too repetitive. Me versus you, everything competitive. I know some want to live, no one of my prerogative. You say you want me treat you right, girl. Look at what you give. Hear about my feelings, no, you don't have time for me. Loving where you say you want, you never define for me. One of the things me and through the grapevine, you say, when me confront you, I one bag of lie, you say it, but you don't mean it. You say it, but me not believe it. You say it, but you don't mean it. You say it, I be talking. Hey, I'm sorry that you're sorry, but sorry's not good enough for me, baby. I'm sorry that you're sorry, but sorry can't dry my tears, lady. Each time we try, you come with your lame story. You're sorry, but I'm sorry, cause I don't want your apology. Every day, excitement up here, drama. People have with business on the corner. Okay, anytime them call my name, because them call your name, you're quick for calling in farmer. What kind of life is you, me can't bother. Walk to the niceness, you know, so me get murder. All them in a crisis, because of staying. It's like waiting disaster. You say it, but you don't mean it. You say it, but me not believe it. Say it, I be talking. You say it, and I'm sorry that you're sorry, but sorry won't do for me, baby. I'm sorry that you're sorry, but sorry can't heal my wounds, baby. Each time we try, you come with your same story. Now you're sorry, but I'm sorry, cause I don't want your apology. Oh, your words have no meaning, cause you continue to do the same thing. Words have no meaning. You say it, but you don't mean it. You say it, but me don't believe it. You say it, I be talking, blah, blah, blah. I'm walking, walking.
One more day in the struggle. I forget the bongo jungle. You don't know. Bounce a little sugar no pan. We not sleep with trouble no man. Oh, said I had a close one yesterday. Jah put an angel over me. Be strong. All of her meditation. One day things must get better. Don't you go down, keep your head above the water. Stay. One day things must get better. Be strong. And I say, all of her meditation. One day things must get better. Don't you go down, keep your head above the water. One day things must get better. The rich is wise in his own conceit, but the fool with overstanding searcheth him out. Poor man mourn the rich, rich is riches increase. I said, be not grieve. Riches are not forever. Every night the oppressor choose none of his ways. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Only Jah you must praise. Strive not with a man without a cause. If he have done you no harm, let bygone be bygone. Said I had a close one yesterday. Jah put an angel over me. Be strong. And I say, well, a firm meditation. One day things must get better. Don't you go down, keep your head above that water. One day things must get better. Be strong. And I say, well, a firm meditation. One day things must get better. Don't you go down, keep your head above the water. Say, one day things must get. It's 9 to 5 is a joke compared to the pressure. The minister said the economy is getting better, misleading the people. The mass still suffer. Oh, Jah scarce benefits and spoils. Oh, Jah knows that we feel it. Oh, day and night we cry, cry, cry. I know that we feel it. Who can help a weeping soul like I? Said I had a close one yesterday. Jah put an angel over me. Be strong. And I say, well, a firm meditation. One day things must get better. Don't you go down, keep your head above that water. One day things must get better. Be strong and a ball. Well, a firm meditation. One day things must get better. Don't you go down, keep your head above the water. Say, one day things must get better. The rich is wise in his own conceit, but the poor with overstanding searcheth him out. Poor man mourn, the rich riches increase. I said, be he not grieved. Riches are not forever. Every night the oppressor choose none of his ways. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Only Jah you must praise. Strive not with the one without a cause. If they have done thee no harm, let bygone be bygone. Said I had a close one yesterday. Jah put an angel over me. Said I had a close one yesterday. Jah put an angel, and I said, be strong. Oh, all a firm meditation. One day things must get better. Don't you go down, keep your head above the water, son. One day things must get better. Be strong and a ball. All a firm meditation. One day things must get better. Don't go down, keep your head above the water. One day things must get better. Do 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 do. Sa dum 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 dum.
Check, Rastafari. And this last time, we get to lose the reigns of all living things. King of all kings, rule all things.
Lord, give us strength. Oh, never let I face. To live out the greater part of my days. Give us strength. Oh, Jah, give us strength. Oh, never let I face. No, to live out the greater part of my days. Give us strength. Yeah. Indeed, I see pestilence and plague, but I'm not afraid. They are looking for what they can take. Come in all size, appear in all shape. Lord, give us the vision to differentiate. Yeah, they wait, we shall escape. God who protect is greater than great. In all that we do, He holds our faith. Jah Jah give us strength. Yeah, yeah. Never let I face. No, to live out the greater part of my days. Give us strength. Whoa, Jah, give us strength. Yeah, yeah. I never let I fail. To live out the greater part of my days. Give us strength. Yeah. Teach the youth them right in the way they should grow. Joy is a stream, constant. and happy. Let me live till I'm great. I work hard to get paid. Keep out of tearbearers and backbiters way. Never let the seat of education decay, no way. Jaja give us strength, yeah, yeah. Never let I face, no. To live out the greater part of my days. Give us strength, yeah, yeah. Jah, give us strength. I never let I face, no. To live out the greater part of my days. Give us strength. Shiloh.
As long as they not heaven, is that you will not listen. I see unattentively, witnessing tears rolling down cheeks, caring not about the damage they call it miscarriage. Oh, just let in my heart.
Yeah, Jaja give us strength. Yeah, yeah. I never let I face to live out the greater part of my days. Give us strength. Yeah, yeah. Jah, keep us straight. Wow, never let us face. No, live out the greater part of our days. Give us strength.
He who suffers conquers, winning the crown of victory in the end. The hour is near, arise and defend all our freedom depends.
That's why teach the youth step right in the way they should grow. Joy is a stream that constantly flow, and I don't wanna be unhappy. So let me live till I'm great. I work hard to get paid. Keep out of tearbearers and backbiters way. Never let the speed of education decay, no way. Jaja give us strength, yeah, yeah. I never let I fail, no. Live out the greater part of my days. Boy, oh la, hey, oh, oh la. Only Rasta can liberate the people over hills and valleys too. Don't let them fool you. Don't believe for a minute that they are with you. Jah free the people over hills and valleys too. Don't let them fool you. Don't believe for a minute they don't like you. Why try to make I unhappy? Really, I don't know. If it was up to them, my friend, we would never see the sun or the snow. Through that mystical communication within, we keep on coming together. I love to see brothers and sisters looking out for one another. That's the way it should be, not contrary. Stop tearing down each other. Only Rasta free the people over hills and valleys too. Don't let them fool you. Don't believe 1 minute that they are with you. Jah free the people over hills and valleys too. Don't let them fool you. Don't believe for a minute that they are with you. I don't do. You just behaving like they want you to, yeah. I say arrogance is